Moving on to chapter 12. It is a new day from my previous recordings, and despite it being near the end of December, it is 81 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So I would like to record with my fan, but because there's no background noise whatsoever when I record these, I know if I start being silent for even a couple seconds, the microphone's going to pick up on the fan and it's going to be terrible. So I'm just going to deal with it. So in the last chapter, the rocket crashed on into the moon. See, and here we are now. It's a page with color. Isn't that nice? Sorry for missing last month's release. Very disappointed. Look at all that wreckage. That's why you don't build a rocket out of fucking wood, Patchley. Nincompoop. Asian. It's the ocean, isn't it? This is definitely an ocean. Surface the moon ocean during daytime, you don't see that often. Because in Touhou 15, it's nighttime, and I think in the Fantasy Maiden Wars adaptation of this, it's also nighttime for some reason. Isn't that interesting? The first time this is seen, it's daytime, but it's like always shown as nighttime anytime I see it anywhere else. The rocket has been destroyed. This is no time to be taking it easy. Chapter 12, The Sea of Prosperity. That is a very odd shape for something to be cut into in a crash landing. That's like sheet metal. The Earth! You can see it. It's over there. Shadow Eyes. Think if there were an ocean like this in Kensokyo, it would be pretty different. It'd just be full of sea monsters and krakens, I bet. Though at least we'd have food then. What, we just got here and the sun's already setting? I assume that's Saki talking, considering it points that way. It points that way. But, like, sometimes the direction of the text boxes, I can't tell sometimes. But our ride home was in pieces. But we made it to the moon, so it's okay. The whole point of this expedition was to get to the moon, not to worry about how to get back once we were there. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Sakia is a lot more head empty than she's normally shown to be. I don't know. Normally when Sakia is shown to be a very serious character in a lot of stuff, when really she's kind of a goofball sometimes. And I guess it's fine when she's like, a lot of games where you're like basically doing EOSD again and you're fighting her again. Like, you know, she's pretty serious in that game because she was a boss and stuff, so when having her be an enemy, having her be serious all the time is to be expected, but I don't know. I feel like when she's a playable character in a lot of things, she's a lot more no-nonsense than she really is a lot of the time. Anyway, this is Romelia. He got Umbrella. Fairy. Peaches, peaches, peaches. None but peaches, but none of peach trees everywhere I look. The fairies enjoy the peaches. We finally made it to the moon. Why did it have to be so mundane? They very much enjoy the peaches. Fairies do not get to eat peaches very often, apparently. There are no peaches in Gensokyo. There should be something much more unusual here, right? Rabbit. Snuck up behind. Shocked. Don't move. I've got my really old-looking gun pointed at you. But trust me, this'll kill you. It shoots like
super moon lasers or something.
Mistress, Mistress, it won't be good for your skin if you wander too far off. Mistress, so many peach trees. Many peach trees. I wonder if the Lunarians only eat peaches.
Miss Hakuya, come quick, it's the moon's army.
Zash. 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 What could those sound effects mean? They sit on the sand, contemplating what got them to get here in the first place. Reimu's thinking, man, why am I here? I'd like one line of dialogue where I gave vague motivations as to why I'm doing the things I'm doing in this manga, and now I'm just kind of here, wondering why I did any of it. Well, no point in just sitting around. Why don't we try fishing?
Oh, that's a great idea. They say there's really huge fish in the sea.
So, do we have any fishing gear?
We'll just grab it out of the sea.
Huh? Can you really call that fishing?
Sorry, but nothing lives in the sea. Nothing lives in the sea of prosperity. It's not just the sea of prosperity either.
Here she is. Sword girl. Very generic looking handle.
Nothing lives in the oceans of the moon. After all, an ocean of the living is an impure ocean. Hey now, that's dangerous. You'll put someone's eye out.
It's a very long sword. You got the sheath on it? On your person anywhere? I'm not seeing a sheath. Do you just carry that around without ever putting it up? Look at all those buttons.
One of you called on the Sumiyoshi gods. Was that you?
Yes. I will give you a practical demonstration.
Heh. I am putting my sword in the sand. Be like drawing a line in the sand, except I'm not. I'm just stabbing the ground.
Spikes coming from the ground. It's a thing you can do. There's probably many fan-made boss fights where you do this.
It's the power of Lord Gion, which shields away the goddesses. Of course, I don't need to bother with Lord Gion's power to deal with humans. There must be something if he can summon the Sumiyoshi gods. Lady Orihime. Look, that's great and all, but kind of stuck here. You might want to move this, please. It is I, Moon Rabbit. They look like many other moon rabbits. What did you say? You mean tell me that you couldn't deal with a bunch of little girls? Who are you calling little girls? Maybe you have a death wish? Well, what happened to the other moon rabbits? I got rid of them all. You were the only one left. Scary. Pointy ear. What really happened? They all got scared and hid. Why do I even bother training any of you? Hehehehe. It's amazing how inexperienced you all are.
Man, it is really hard to take any of the moons seriously. You get all this lore about how moon rabbits are like fucking a slave species of soldiers, and then all this shit, and then in Silent Sinner and Blue, like, nothing is taken seriously at all. Very much seems like a thing. The lore says one thing, and then you actually see what it's like, and it's like, why does anyone care? Like, the moon rabbits are a joke. But oh, Raisin's backstory, it's really interesting and sad and shit. You just ignore that every time the moon rabbits are shown in anything, they're just thrown to be complete jokes. Can't do anything. Trust me, the Moon's Army, they're really cool. Totally.
Now.
I am doing my time thing. The clock. Even doing the inverted black and white color thing. Because it's fucking cool. I have stopped time. I have teleported behind you.
Yes. What is she? You. Well, it's pretty scary, man. How'd you do that?
Seem to have problems trying to take what's not yours. I have kicked your sword. And now the spikes are gone, because I guess the sword is what did that. Cool.
Just what are you all after?
Well, we're trying to... Come to think of it, why did we come here anyway?
You said before we're trying to get to the moon, right? It's pure intellectual curiosity.
Well, I guess we've done what we came for then.
Sakia, did you forget? Happy. Our mission is to take over the moon. Now the moon belongs to us.
No, I don't remember when you said that. Did you say that earlier? Maybe. A lot of things have happened recently, I kind of forgot certain details. Has the Scarlet Devil gotten serious? Alright. I hope you enjoy the characters going up against Yorihime, because I'm pretty sure this is like half the rest of the manga. So, prepared for that. That was all for this. Bye. Moving on to chapter 13, which starts with another giant explanation, but the translation I've been using has long since stopped trying to translate any of these, so I can't read it. So, to recap what happened in the last chapter, they're stuck on the moon, Yore, Hime, and rabbits that don't matter show up, and then brief scuffle with sword and sand, and then Sakia teleports behind, and then the characters start questioning, why are we here exactly? Because, yeah, and then Romelia said, we're taking over the moon, Sakia. Don't remember that being established, but apparently that's what that's what Romelia's plan was, and she said it at the direct moment to cause more conflict, which is about what's about to happen here. Chapter 3, The Beauty of the Moon's Surface. Mug. What is going on here? You look like you have your fists up ready to punch something, but isn't Sakia behind you right now? Yeah, she is. She's like holding your arms like that, but that's not shown in this illustration. Sakia's just not here. She's not here. What? Is Sakia invisible? No, she's right there. Are those Sakia's arms, actually? Okay. Those are Saki's. I see now. I understand. It's because they cut off her arm here, so I wasn't even paying. This just looked like a normal shoulder. You could see that, right? It looks like that arm looks like it's coming directly out of her shoulder. So it kind of looks like she has two arms. The rivals face off with invincible smiles.
It's just as Miss Yagagoro said. An arrogant young yokai would fall into the ocean. Young? I'll have you know I'm like 500 years old. Yeah, well, I'm fucking ancient, so it's nothing to me. You said I had a problem with stealing before, didn't you?
Something happened here. Glowing arms or something. He seems pretty shocked about it. Oh, she blew up her own arms.
I have turned my arms into smoke. As soon as I saw you, you were reaching out for the peaches. I don't think you're as bad as my sister, though. Fucking fat ass. What's there to be scared of? We're such a tiny little flame. Why don't you attack it? This may look small, but this is the flame of Lord Touhou, a divine flame that can burn up anything. I don't think there are many flames this hot on Earth. You can't tell because it's like black and white. This would really, this particular panel would really benefit from being colored. Because if it's hot, you could show a hotter flame. You know, flames change color when they get hotter. It'd actually be really cool if you could see it, but it's white, so who knows what color. I assume it's a really hot flame, though. What? The flame of Lord Touhou? And before you said that was the sword of Lord Gion. Can you do the same thing, Yes. Looks like I'm going through a portal. I can call gods down into my body and borrow their powers. They don't, like, change my personality or whatever the hell you were talking about earlier, Rainbow. I have no idea what that even means. The mouth. One eye's looking to the side, but the other one's kind of looking in the middle. How many panels in total do you think Sakia's... The percentage of panels that Sakia is in, how many do you think she's doing this with her hands? It's my pose. Well, what a surprise. I just started learning that power recently. I know that. After all, you use the power of the Sumiyoshi gods to get here. People will start suspecting me if you call on too many gods. You're planning a rebellion, ain't you? Why are you... Is she sitting down again? Did Reimu sit down? Yes, she's sitting down. Without the context of that... It's a very funny image. I don't know anything about that. It's not like it was even my idea. Did it anyway. Felt like human Yukari, I guess. I guess that's my motivation for doing the thing that started the entire plot. The process is me being like, okay, Yukari told me to do something. I guess I'd do it, because the character of Reimu Hakure is really well known for doing things without any benefit to herself whatsoever. However, today those doubts will be cleared. You know, you don't have to do this sword thing for us to listen to you. We were listening to you already. I mean, be careful with that. Like, you trying to... I hope you, like, really know what you're doing. You're not just, like, hoping that the things you have come out of the ground don't, like, stab us. I don't like being stabbed. The moon rabbits, they're here, in case you forgot. Happy. Man, they really like drawing background characters that have glasses and dark hair, don't they? Moon Rabbit's one of them, there's a fairy that's one of them, there's a Kappa that's one of them in one of the future manga. You know, having another gun pointed at me doesn't really mean much when I'm surrounded by a bunch of swords anyway. Not to ask does she need the umbrella, but yeah, it is technically daytime right now, so the sun's being shown on him. It's kind of hard for me to remember that, because it's in black and white, and, you know, every depiction I've, like, ever seen of the moon and next to the sea is always during nighttime, so it's kind of hard for me to remember that it can even be daytime. But it is currently daytime right now. Just can't tell because there's no color anymore. There was color at the beginning of the last chapter. Aw, man, there's no openings at all. Is Reimu or Marissa talking? It looks like you can't tell. I'm gonna assume it's Marissa so I can keep doing the voice. She said she can use the same abilities Reimu is, Marissa. The difference between their power is as clear as night and day. The vampire looks pretty laid back, but who knows what she's thinking. Shaki's waiting for a chance too, but it doesn't look like she can move. If we had to fight for real, there's no way we could win. Even if we had to run, our escape route's busted. What's wrong? I don't mind if you move about. You might run into Lord Gion's wrath, though. Foolish Lunarian. Swords do nothing to me. It has to be made of wood and in a certain shape we call a stake. Else, your instruments have no meaning, power behind me, or something. A vampire, which means I'm invincible. Did not see the part earlier where I, like, burned my hand and healed it instantly because I can do that? You don't have any garlic. Or take away my umbrella to where I have to do in the sun. Or walk into a building because then I have to ask if I could go in first. And yeah. Or running water. There's like an ocean over there. Please don't throw me in that. Amelia, why are you just listing off your weaknesses right now? I mean, I'm a vampire. Everyone already knows what they are. So, you know. I was wondering, what kind of person can make it to the moon by themselves? But y'all pretty boring. Oh, the irony. Alright, we give up. At his rate, there's no way he can win, and we probably just take a lot of damage on both sides. But, already. But in Gensokyo, we have very intellectual and beautiful dueling rules. It's probably because we have so many powerful yokai in Gensokyo. So half the characters in this picture aren't yokai. Why don't we try playing that for a little while? Fury's got her hands up. What is it? Who's talking here? Oh. It's the most pointless game in the world that everyone can enjoy as equals. Humans, yokai, Lunarians, and even crickets. The spell card battle. Let's see. As you can see. What's happening now? Why is this rabbit attacking this fairy? What? Okay. Okay, I guess that was to demonstrate Danmaku battles, Marissa told this rabbit to beat up these fairies. Not nice. The bunny jump. Flailing my bayonet in front of you, and then bullets come out. Did you just learn how to do that? Or was that something you can already do? The moon rabbits know how to shoot Danmaku yet? Or is it canonically none of them knew how to shoot Danmaku until this very moment in time? Well, basically, you fight one-on-one like that. Well, I didn't think that all three would lose at once. That's worth saying. Wow, I didn't think that all three would lose at once. Show off all your greatest moves and see if your opponent will dodge them or you get crushed by them. You can keep going as long as you have enough spells and energy, but if someone wins, you have to accept it and stand down. How is this different from a normal duel? The most beautiful one wins. In other words, it's a very mental contest. Oh, that's very easy to understand. Yeah, remember all those times in Touhou where, like, someone used a spell card that wasn't considered beautiful, so they lost by default? Remember that? Wouldn't it be strange if the next time we went to the moon, there was introduced a character whose entire gimmick was that their spells didn't look beautiful at all and were really just lame? Man, if this was a thing, you could just, like, say you lose because you wasn't beautiful enough. Big old bandage. All characters have the ability to have giant bandages appear on their heads whenever they take a certain amount of damage. And if we lose, we'll go back to Earth quietly. It avoids useless bloodshed, so maybe it's not a bad idea. But even if you do manage to defeat me, we won't let you into the lunar capital. Well, as long as we get at least one good souvenir, it's okay. Honestly, it's only one person here who seriously wants to invade the capital. Hey, how long are we going to watch this farce? Hurry up and beat it so we can go to the capital. We finished talking. You'll be the first to take me on. Sakuya! Fight her! Yes. Giggle, giggle. Oh my, did you lose your nerve? If I see your powers first, I'll have that much more chance of winning. But Taki is pretty strong, so I might not get to fight with you. Oh, I see. You're really level-headed, aren't you?
I am channeling magic balls around my hands.
Yes.
Well, let's begin. Unfortunately, I am afraid nobody can see my beautiful knife judgment. Like, imagine if that was an actual thing. That wasn't just a throwaway line that she said. Imagine, yeah, you have, like, Yomu or Sakia fight Marissa, and it's like, yeah, if you didn't know, Danmaku that looks like the stars and shit are more beautiful than a bunch of knives in a horizontal row, so I guess Marissa wins because it was more beautiful. I know that's the point, is it's supposed to look, like, really pretty or something, but is, like, the idea that the most beautiful one wins is nonsense.
In that case, as leader of the Moon's emissaries, I'll have to act with maximum beauty.
And now our usual kind of fight. So, this has no stakes. Like, this is, I'm pretty sure this goes on for a while, this fight against Yorihime that has... It's just gonna be a thing that happens for a while. There's no stakes here. Because Remilia's... Like, it seemed like Remilia was gonna say something stupid, and that would cause there to be some sort of tension, but, like, Marissa's diffused that situation immediately. So Yorihime understands that, like, nothing here matters, so they're just gonna scuffle for a couple chapters, and whatever happens, happens. How much am I gonna record today? I don't know. That's all this chapter, bye.